Well, greetings. All right, this is my weekly update. So talked about I don't remember the time frame of everything, but talked about Silver Bell, kind of like a casualty of war. And so to give the time frame of before that, right around the week before America shut down, like started to begin, before March 15th. Um, I think it was that's when Silver Ball started going outside more. And I didn't really think much of it. She's done it before, but she usually doesn't fly back in. So she's been doing a lot of that. She'll run outside, and sometimes you open up the door and you have to drag her back in. But she sort of started coming on her own, so that was different. I didn't really think much of it, but then of course when she stopped eating after a while, didn't think much of that either until the coyotes showed up. Then it all kind of made sense after over time. So nothing was really that clear until that happened. But before that, uh, I already mentioned here that I was shaving. I was saying something about the higher dimensional beings aren't just mentally. It's like I was just thinking, it's like why these higher dimensional beings aren't what they say they are. And that's when the razor flew out of my hand. Just flew across the bathroom, and then about 2 weeks later, the thing happened with Silver Bowl. So something like that, or a week or whatever it was. But yeah, either. So yeah, this is crunch time. These are times of the unknown. Um, and last night I was paralyzed. I've been feeling kind of worn out for a while, especially after that whole Silver Ball situation. Just drained from astral and just not understand what the hell is going on. Well, I have an idea, but just worn out. And then last night, I had a dream of like I was in this room, and the window was all beat up, and then out front where I live was all chaos. And then I woke up. This being was holding me by the throat, like a headlock. So after that, I've been feeling pretty good after that. So yeah, just now it's to be for things to come. What's on its way. So we're in a time of the unknown as the economy, everything starts to break down. Speaking of the economy, yeah, I didn't write down notes before I went live with this, but also from what I kind of saw this before. I still believe that Disney is going to go into bankruptcy, maybe by the end of April, May, maybe. Yeah, so they're out of all the companies, they're the ones that barely any revenues coming through, even the movie theaters. So it's like, yeah, Disney's going to be really, really hit. I mean, even when they do allow, it's going to be months. I don't know if anything's ever going to get back to normal. I mean, even if you can go to Disney on these rides, people still got to walk by each other. What are you going to do? Everybody walk 6 feet away from each other? How's that going to work? It might be by December by the time they get this organized. So, yeah, it's not going to look good for the mouse at this time. So it's getting interesting. So, yeah, I'm expecting a lot of economic implosions. Not that we're excited about or anything, but, it's just a lot of these big companies are going to be hit really hard. It's already showing signs of it. And obviously, they're trying to hide it right now. It's only so long you can hide it when it's going to start to really start to hurt. It's hurting now, but after a month from now, it's going to really hurt. When these companies cannot open their doors, they're not making revenue like they used to. And find out like Amazon or something will buy Disney or whatever it is, or wherever else is on the kill list of the economic kill list. So yeah, Orlando's get hurt really bad right now because it's a tourist town. So and it's feeling the effects here too. Of course, you wouldn't really know that this was going on. Of course, our numbers we're pretty high. We're in the top 10 of states getting affected by this. So yeah. Oh, you wouldn't really know unless you go to the grocery store. Even there, it's kind of still, they're not very tidy there still. After all of this, I think they'll be a little bit more cleansing. Why waste your time with that? Jeez. So I'm not sure where things are going to go. It's going to take some time. Yeah, this thing is going to go away for at least a couple of years. So I'll go into more details of that in the nightly broadcast. But what else was there? I can't remember. So yeah, Silver Bell, economic implosion, and staying calm and not losing your freaking mind. That is a little bit easier said than done for some people. Yeah, that's the thing. When you get pulled into all these gold conspiracies and everything, then they don't happen. And then you forget about it, but don't remember how many people are put in this whole 10 days of darkness, 3 days of darkness, whatever it is. The chances of being able to have a good prediction of anything is not very high. And why would you want to predict the 10 days of darkness anyway? I think everyone's going to get arrested and everything. I'm going to say this later tonight. I might repeat myself a little bit, but like when aliens do show up, not to say they're going to show up soon or anything, but the road to their pulling them in is getting really strong. But when they do appear here, I believe power outs will happen. There will be blackouts in some areas, just because. So it's like we're being put into an alien incubator, and yeah, everything's good. We were just in the beginning of the purge of our society. It's not something that happens overnight. So yeah, and that's the other thing. AI, which is also going to go into robotics, that has not been shown here, but will be eventually scare people more than an alien would. Well, they'll scare people first, but aliens are probably more frightening than anything. But we are moving in that direction. Now, right now, the panic of people is not ready for any alien visitation. Of course, they're here, but in secret. But I believe the doorway to them, I think it's got pulled open. I think it's closer than it was ever before. There's always been different timelines, but I believe the gap between us and them, of course, has been a pretty big gap. I think it's gotten closer. But once again, predicting that most people aren't ready to. I mean, if they open their minds, and now a lot of people are broke, they have to face themselves, and all you have to do is open your mind. Just be open-minded. I know it's like hell for some people, but you become more open-minded, you can survive anything. If you stay closed-minded, think FEMA's going to come and get you, think the government's going to come and get you, there's not much anyone can do anything for that. It's just like your choice. 10 days of darkness, that's your choice. You want to put your energy into that, it's fine. But predicting something like that is very difficult. That doesn't mean something like that won't happen. Who knows? But focus on what's working for you right now. People they don't realize the mind is the worst thing that ever happened to you. It's the best thing and the worst. You can come up with all these fantasy scenarios that'll never happen, and then you forget you came up with all those fantasy, all that paranoia. And so it's time for the mind to grow up. And growing up's hard to do. It's not as exciting as having FEMA chase you around in their doom buggy mobile and realize trains with all these tanks on them, the leader having a blast with that. Just riding that stuff around, people are freaking out. They're having a fucking blast. They don't have to do anything. Just put a bunch of tanks on a train and ride it around, and people lose their minds. And then nothing ever comes of it. But it does, because the mind is driving people crazy. Yeah, the trickster energies, you want to see anything, look how Alex Jones acts. That's how trickster energies operate. And people just get pulled into that reality, It gets a lot of views on YouTube. It's real exciting, and it's just a fantasy world. Not realizing that elites are just there to just put you like in a conspiracy merry-go-round, and you just go around and around and around and go nowhere. But you can't tell that to them. So, here we are. The economy is imploding, and it's this disease, which I believe is real. There's a lot of manipulations among it, of course. There's a lot of stuff there that's probably shady as hell, but either way, it's here. And to call it fake all day, well, I don't know if that show's going to accomplish anything. That's your, whatever works. I guess it's a mental thing. I guess it's just to realize, I don't know what that is. Like, reality is this thing is real. People are dying. And this thing is coming to every state, doing a lot of, if you're not hurt through the disease, you get hurt economically. And this thing is not going away. So if you want to keep calling it fake, you might be opening up the door for it to arrive in your front door, possibly. Because some people need to realize, so they keep calling it fake, and then they end up getting it. So maybe it's not fake anymore. So you never know. I mean, this thing can find you if it wants to. You can live out in the woods. It doesn't matter. It'll find you there too. You never know. You can have one of your buddies that's, hiding away. If you live out in the middle of nowhere, your crew that's scared of everybody, scared of the government, have all these machine guns and everything. They go out into town to get something, come back, who knows what the hell they picked up. And there you go. So, but yeah, the world's weird, and it's time to, the more you face it, the more you not be afraid of what's happening. This makes it a lot easier. But if you want to, some just like living in fear and like living in hell. You don't have to. So just be strong and find a solution to your problem. Just look at the positive side of it. Keep going forward, but that's hard to do for some people, of course. It's easier just to think the government's going to come and kill you. Trust me, they're not doing that. Of course, you might think that this virus is doing that, but believe whatever you want. It's like, because a lot of them are going to reincarnate into another world where they're going to go from world to world to world. The government's chasing them, and it's majority is going to be in their heads the whole time until they get that out of their system. So, yeah, it's amazing what you can create. So, all right, that's all I got for this is just a quick update. I don't have any much. We'll just leave it at that. So, all right, from the Bat Cave, the quarantine Bat Cave. All right, blessings.